the topic we are going to discuss is linear algebra. Linear algebra, and these are the contents of this today's session. Like we'll be talking about the matrix, then types of matrices, matrix operations, then what is adjoint, then what is minor and cofactor. Finally, we'll be talking about the inverse of a matrix and determinants and properties. See, initially I will be covering that. Since initially we are focusing on exam point of view, I'll be talking about this contents like this matrix and how to do the calculations and all. In the later part of like in the last 15 minutes, I'll be explaining you. I'll be giving some intriguing ideas of how this applications plays in the real world. Like uh, what kind of applications can be done using these matrices, and everything can be covered in the later part. Initially, it's like just about the introduction. In the introduction, we'll be talking about the what is matrices, and all the other kind of things will be like only exam point of view things will be uh, taught in the first 45 minutes. In the later 15 minutes, I'll be talking about the entire concepts and things. See, then what is matrix? A matrix is an array of entities. So entities in a sense will be entities or components. The components or entities are this one. Okay. So a matrix consists of rows and columns. So this particular thing is called rows, and we can say this as a column. Okay, a matrix size can be determined by its rows and columns. See, here the matrix size is 3 cross rows, so it contains 12 entities. So it contains 3 rows and 4 columns. So it is a 3 by 4 matrix. Similarly, the matrix can be the notation of matrix can be given something like this: A is equal to Eij 3 cross 3. Here the I rotates row and J rotates column. Okay, so Eij is equal to I by J. We have to call this as I by J. So these are the entities of the matrix. We can say that A11, A12, A13. As I mentioned earlier, the first indices denotes row, and the second indices denotes column. Suppose if I want to mention any particular component like A22 means it is the position of the A21 is nothing but it is in the second row and in the first column. So A21, which is nothing but second row and first column. Similarly, A23 means second row, third column. So this is the components of the matrix. And now let us see the types of matrices. So row matrices. Row matrices means it contains only one row. Okay. So as mentioned here, like R is equal to 1, 3, minus 7 means it contains only one row. So this matrix is called row matrices. The transpose of the row matrix is, which means it contains only one column, is called column matrix. So here C is equal to 1, 3, minus 7. It's called column matrix. So column matrix is anything but it contains only one column. It can be like A11, A21, okay, up to N1. N can be up to infinity. So these things are called column matrix. Similarly, what is called a diagonal matrix means it can't only the diagonal components are like non-zero components, the rest of the components are zero. So this particular matrix is called the diagonal matrix. As you can see that only the diagonal components are non-zero, the rest of the components are zero. So this is called the diagonal matrix. And if you later part will be talking about the eigenvalues and eigenvector, and we'll talk about the diagonalization. If you see that the unique property of diagonal matrix is these components are called the eigenvalues. That we'll be seeing in the later part of in the following later sessions. Then the scalar matrix. The definition of scalar matrix is like all the entities of the diagonal matrix are equal. So those is called scalar matrix, which means S is equal to some number like m. Okay, this is a scalar matrix. So this m can be anything. It's any real value number. Okay, m belongs to any real value number. Okay, then scalar matrix. Then identity matrix. Identity matrix means it doesn't play any role. Later part we'll be talking about linear transformation, everything. The identity matrix is it's like the diagonal components are only one. So this is called identity matrix. Then null matrix. Null matrix means the entire components are zero. Those is called null matrix. And triangular matrix. Triangular matrix means it's like only the upper triangular components are non-zero and the lower things are zero. This is called upper triangular matrix. As you can see that the lower triangular part is entirely zero. The upper triangular part is non-zero. This is called upper triangular matrix. Similarly, if the opposite of one, if the lower components are non-zero and the upper components are zero, means they are called lower triangular matrix. Then symmetric matrix. The properties of the symmetric matrix is, if you take transpose of this particular matrix, A is equal to A transpose means, then it is called symmetric matrix. Which means the opposite indices are almost opposite indices are equal. See, 2 is equal. This opposite indices are equal 3, 3, 4, 4. We'll later part will be given definition of transpose. Transpose means you have to interchange the rows and columns. As you can see that this is A matrix. Let us calculate the A transpose. A transpose in a sense just interchange the rows. So this is the first row. So write the row values in the column 1, 2, 3. Similarly, second row 2, 2, 4 in the column 3, 4, 3. As you can see that the two matrices are equal. A is equal to A transpose. So this transpose is called symmetric matrix. In mathematical, actually in mechanical, this symmetric matrix plays a huge role. As you can see that step tensor is a symmetric matrix. Then skew symmetric matrix. Skew symmetric matrix means it is same. Here A is equal to minus of A transpose. Okay. Similarly, do the transpose of A. What you will be seeing that, write the row in column 0, 2, 3, minus 2, 0, 4, minus 3, minus 4, 0. Okay, as you can see that entirely if you multiply this matrix with minus 1, that is equal to A. Okay, just take this minus 1 inside, so plus 2, plus 3, minus, plus, minus, minus. Okay, so this is nothing but A is equal to minus of A transpose is nothing but skew symmetric matrix. Then strictly triangular matrix. Strictly triangular matrix means it is opposite of diagonal matrix. So the diagonal entities are zero. The rest of the entities are non-zero. As you can see that these diagonal entities are zero. The rest of them are non-zero. The reason for this is strictly triangular means you will be seeing both the conditions, like the upper triangular matrix is also there and the lower triangular matrix are also there. So both the conditions are seen in this thing. So that is, it is called strictly